Welcome to another update from Elixir's voyage around the world, and I think it's time for a little recap. So this is 23-year-old me starting out on the long journey of getting Elixir sailing again. It was more or less 5 years ago in the middle of winter in a freezing boatyard in the UK. And as you can see, she was a long way away from a seaworthy vessel at this point, and the remote islands of the South Pacific seemed like something from another world. Somehow I had this dream of long trade wind passages and empty remote anchorages, and that was pretty much all that kept me going through these long days in the boatyard, sanding, scraping and grinding. Fortunately for me, my stepdad is a boat builder and I had an amazing group of friends who helped me with the restoration, and a year later we were almost ready to set off on the circumnavigation. And then on a wintry morning in January, we sailed into the North Atlantic, across the Bay of Biscay, and Elixir's journey began. Now Elixir has clocked up over 15,000 miles, 16 countries with over 50 different crew members, and we're creeping up on the halfway point of this journey around the world. We're cruising through some of the remotest islands in the South Pacific, from the very edges of French Polynesia through the Cook Islands and then onto Western Samoa, and crossing a patch of water referred to by sailors as the dangerous middle, known for its unstable and unpredictable weather. On board we have Emily from Maryland and Nate from Manchester, and we've just made landfall on the remote island of Suwarrow in the Cook Islands. The island is inhabited by 2 park rangers who live here for 6 months of the year and then leave again for cyclone season. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Join the Patreon for more updates from the voyage and to become part of Elixir's crew list. The goal of this voyage is to share the sailing lifestyle with as many people as possible, and we've already had over 50 different crew members join along the way. So we blew out our old spinnaker and we decided to give it to the guys here. Somehow, half of the spinnaker has just completely gone missing without anyone noticing. Like, I stuck my head up to have a little look at the sail, and this is what I saw. So you can see that literally the top half of this sail just disappeared. And as you can see they use sails to kind of like protect the building from rain. We're not going to use the spinnaker anymore, so we thought it'd be more valuable here. What do you think about Suwarrow?
It's remote places I've ever been, because it's like you can only really get here by boat, and it's like 500 miles from the closest other land. If I was alone here, I would last 2 weeks before not knowing what to do, you know, like with my life, with myself. How long do you think you would last?
I think I could last a little bit longer. It is really a cool feeling just to be out here. I think I could entertain myself snorkeling, and got a nice beach to walk on. What do you think about this island?
Day 32, no food, deserted island. Nah, it's nice. The water's really clear. I don't know if I could entertain myself forever.
How long could you last there?
What, just on my own?
Yeah.
What, with nothing?
No misses?
Oh, no misses?
Does he have a missus?
No, one day.
You're by yourself.
Nah, I'm joking. I could still last for 6 months. Wait, do I have internet?
No.
Yeah, 6 months is my limit.
Oh.
Been drinking me piss for 4 days.
There's no commercial air or boat service to Suwarrow, and the only way to get here is off your own back. And it is the real Castaway Island, thanks to a man named Tom Neal, who spent 16 years living by himself on this tiny motu, surviving off fish and coconut crabs. Have we got a swinger over here? Yes, we have. Oh, there's 2. 2,100 nautical miles to go before we get to Auckland. And we're still so far.
No cap.
Although the anchorage was good, it wasn't entirely protected, and it was probably a good idea to get moving again towards Samoa, which was still 500 miles away. So after 2 days on Suwarrow, we picked up the anchor again and continued our journey west.
Oh, you can check the thing on the front of it. Look at the front of that Exile City. It's like a weird van.
So we're leaving Samoa now, and we have about 500 miles to sail to our next stop, which is Samoa, Western Samoa in Apia, and it's probably going to take about like 4.5 days. The wind looks like it's going to be nice and strong from behind us, so yeah, it should be a pretty quick 500 miles. But yeah, about 2 days here, which has been really cool. But like there's literally nothing here, so there's only so long you could really stay entertained for. And yeah, we're heading off to Samoa, which is supposed to be a really cool country. Bye.
See you later.
It's always exciting to set off on another long passage, and even though we'd only been in Suwarrow for a few days, it felt great to be underway again. How's it going, chef?
Good, it's going good.
What's on the menu for dinner tonight?
It's kind of scary when the boat's like, you know, like, okay, so it's pasta, which is in the sink, and then vegetables, and then like this tomato sauce.
Have you made this recipe before?
No, I have not. It's Max's recipe. I just refer to you in third person.
Is that a shark?
I think so, yeah.
We need to get it in, lad.
Oh,
What?
I thought the sharks go.
Oh my god, it did go for it.
Do you see it?
No, I don't.
Can you see a dark shadow? I can't see what it
I
is.
saw it for like a second.
There, see?
Yeah.
Where? Is it close? Oh, yeah, I see it.
There it is. Oh, oh, no! No! It's ours! Oh,
Bro, he's so close. Is that a jackal or shark?
yeah, for sure, mate. Oh, this is a gnarly looking thing.
Jurassic Park ass
Move the bucket out of the way.
Someone gonna put it out of its misery.
It's got big old teeth though, I didn't think about that. Can we not put it on here? I can't punch it down there. God, that is ugly.
Let's have a look at the face.
Oh, I just licked his gill.
The dangerous middle, otherwise known as the South Pacific Convergence Zone, is an area where two bands of weather converge. The southeast trade winds meet a band of equatorial easterlies, and the result is a region of unsettled weather. And we saw it all. We had 30-knot squalls with torrential rain that lasted for hours, periods of complete flat calm, incredible sunsets, and gentle days of downwind sailing. It was a little tiring, constantly being on edge and wondering when the next dark cloud would rise over the horizon, bringing with it bursts of wind and rain. Everything became slightly damp and it was uncomfortable, but honestly, I've had a lot worse, and when you're with two very funny people, it never really gets that bad. This is our last pamplemousse from French Polynesia. R.I.P. pamplemousse.
R.I.P. Why does it split into so many pieces?
Two each, isn't it? What do you think about pamplemousse?
Good.
Are you sad that this is our last one?
Not really, no. Because then we're going to be in Samoa and get whatever the I want.
Are there pamplemousse in Samoa?
Don't know.
There'll be something more like this.
I saw a UFO last night.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Want to talk about that?
No. It was like a row of lights and like flat or rectangular, but like soft yellow lights. I'm not saying it was aliens, I'm just saying like it was an unidentifiable flying object and I wasn't able to identify it. So it was a UFO.
There's a boyfriend spying on him.
True.
Night watch.
So this is the last day of our passage between French Polynesia and Samoa. We stopped off in the Cook Islands for like 2 days, and overall it's been, I think, about 1,300 to 1,400 miles of Pacific sailing like this in the trade winds. I mean, it's been pretty quick. We've pretty much always had wind, quite a lot of wind, a ton of squalls. Can you just explain what it's like being out here to someone who has no idea?
Well, I guess I was someone that had no idea. I mean, there's not a whole lot to do every single day when you're just out in the middle of the ocean, but kind of look at the ocean like Emily said and just read books and try and pass time as best you can. There's a lot more good times than there is bad times. And every now and again get a little bit sicky when the ocean seems to whoop my arse. I feel like now I just know just to put my head down for a little hour and then I feel okay again. I'd say all the islands have been special in their own little way, even though they are quite similar. I think for me, I've kind of enjoyed how remote they all are, just seeing how people live on the other side of the world compared to me. The food hasn't been a highlight for me personally. Highlights.
You alright, mate?
Yeah, I just got piss wet through, mate. Loving it.
Major lows have been highlights. You just sit there and laugh at the situation when there's a massive squall and it's just like pissing down rain and you're just like sitting there, just taking it, you know? The first few days, especially on the way to Suwarrow after leaving Mopalia, it was pretty uncomfortable. Mild nausea the entire time, and also when you're on long passages, you kind of run out of to do. You pretty much alternate between either being like laying on the couches there, or just like in your cabin, or sitting in the cockpit on watch, just staring out at the ocean, or just getting like roasted by the sun at like 2 p.m. I guess we all like congregate around meal times, and those are like markers for the day that you like look forward to. And also your watches give you structure because you're like on watch for 3 hours, and then you alternate every like 9 hours. 6 hours. The rest of the time you're just like down there like non-verbal, like going non-verbal with your book or your podcast. My headphones stopped working, so I've been like playing my out loud.
Oh, is that you? I keep hearing that.
Yeah, this region between French Polynesia and Tonga and Samoa and Fiji, sailors refer to it as the dangerous middle part because you have a lot of like converging winds and shifty conditions. We've seen a lot of that, and that's why you get these like squalls and rain, and we've had pretty much rain every day apart from the last few days, and it rained last night even. Hopefully we should arrive in Samoa tomorrow around midday, and then we'll see what happens next.
Bro, you didn't tell us this was the dangerous middle part. You didn't say shit. What the
I know, I thought I'd withhold that information from you.
Bruh.
Makes me feel a lot more at ease now I know that.
Yeah.
Because at least we survived it. It does make sense because it is pretty rough.
You didn't tell us shit.
Want to tick off the list?
Yeah. Sailed across the dangerous middle.
Started sailing in the most dangerous part you can do. I guess as well, you've always got that little thing in the back of your head, like excited to get to the next island. It's kind of like a bit of a bug in a way, like you get addicted to kind of like counting down the miles to get to the next place, which is, for me, exciting anyway.
What are you looking forward to most in Samoa?
Going crazy. Samoa doesn't know what's about to hit it, as Max would say.
I don't really know what to expect, but yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, neither do I. I keep trying to think in my head what's it going to be like, and I just don't have a clue.
It's day 4 since leaving Suwarrow, and as you can see we're just pulling into Samoa. You can see the island. It's long, thin island, and the capital of Apia is where we're going to stop and drop the anchor. It's less than 10 miles away now, so we should be there in a few hours. Yeah, I was a little bit worried that we were going to arrive at night time, but because we've been sailing so fast, it's actually like we should arrive before midday, which is good because we'll be able to sort out everything with customs. Plan is to hang out here for a bit, explore Samoa, do a bit more boat work. The maintenance literally never stops. There's a few more things that are broken on this trip which I'll need to sort out before we sail again. Not quite as dramatic hills as Tahiti, a bit more flat. You can see like a few houses dotted around the place. But yeah, really curious as to what we're gonna find here. After a little over 4 days, we pulled into Apia, the capital of Western Samoa. There was a cheap marina in the middle of town, and it felt novel to step off Elixir onto a dock again. It quickly became obvious that Samoa is home to both incredible people and nature, and it instantly felt different to any of the other island groups that we'd seen on the crossing. It felt so good to be back on land after weeks of cruising between remote atolls, and honestly I was not prepared for the chaotic events that were about to come, but more on that in the next video. Thanks again for watching another update from our voyage around the world. It's amazing to think that we're almost halfway around now. If I could ask you for a favour, to like subscribe to this channel and to just engage with this video as much as you can. Comment, share, send it to one of your mates. I'd be very grateful. And yeah, we also have an online store where we're selling these beautiful untied t-shirts printed on organic cotton with water-based ink. And if you want to have the opportunity to sail on board Elixir, then sign up to the Patreon, because that's where I'm picking up crew at the moment. There's also more content there. I've also been writing a monthly newsletter where I share everything I've learned about sailing around the world and owning a boat. So yeah, thanks again for following our journey around the world, and I will see you in the next video.